Hi, Mike. I'm doing well, thank you. How are you? Hi, Jody. Hi, Ginger. Good afternoon. Hi, Alex. Hi, Shuggy. Hi, Corios. Hello, Miss Clean. How are you? Oh, thanks, Jody. You're so sweet. Hi, Serge. Hello. I hope you guys are having a good day. Hi, Hifa. How are you? Hi, Maxime. Good evening. A sweltering evening tonight, Caroline. I hear you. It's hot out. Hi, Jen. Hi, Tia. Hi, Sonia. Hi, Mark. Oh, that's so nice, Jody. Hi, Nick. How are you doing? Hi, April. Thank you. Thank you. Hi, Toby. How are things? How are things in the UK? You're waiting for the rain to arrive. Much needed. I know. It's so hot, and there's this humidity, and yeah. It's kind of heavy. Hi, Blake. It's kind of heavy energy right now, is it not? Freezing morning. It's interesting, you know, I always forget in a way that, you know, we're on opposite sides of the world, you know, different seasons, right? We're in our summer here, you in your winter. Oh, thanks, Nick. And I'm so excited to do one with you. Hi, Roxy. Hi, Lucia. It's very warm in the UK too. Mm-hmm. Heavy and very smoky. Oh, geez. I'm very curious to know how you guys are feeling because it's a mishmash. It's still a cluster of energy right now. Thank you, Striking. I appreciate it. It's 32 degrees. Wow. Celsius for those of you that are in Fahrenheit. Thank you, Striking. I appreciate it. The energy is weird. Hi, Donna. Hi, Kristen. Hi, Katie Louise. You just listened to your reading. Oh, thank you for your kind words, Trish. Okay, I'll check my messages. It's a hot mess out there. I feel ya. You're feeling low today, heavy. I know. It's a tough one. The energy's getting later for you. I'm glad to hear that. Hi, Sharon. I'm well, thank you. I know. Oh my gosh. Nick, you know what I was saying today? It's funny you say that. Nick just said, too bad we can't do that in person over wine. We'd cut up. Oh, we sure would. Nick and I are gonna do, we're gonna do a Kelly Talks, which I'm really excited about. Salut, mon ami. And I'm laughing because I said to somebody today, I'm like, you know what I wanna do? I wanna travel to all these different locations and meet up with different people that I've met through this family. I would love to go do like a tour, you know, and have Kelly Talks all along the way, you know, and look at different sites or eat different food and meet with people. I would love to do that. You know, wouldn't that be a nice idea? That would be like one of my dream like YouTube adventures to do, you know. Oh, wow, Laura. I would love to. I would love to. I would love to come to Sydney or Tarpon Springs. I would love to. I'll start. Jody's my cousin. She's like, let's start in Manitoba. I would love to come to New Orleans. Kelly Retreats. There you go. I know. I know. You would love to cook for me? Oh, you're so sweet, Carolyn. And Garns, thank you. I'd love to come to the UK. I'd love to come to Miami. Yeah, Cape Town. That'd be amazing. Oh, you guys are so sweet. Maybe one day I'll do it. Maybe Kelly Talks will go on the road. Boston, I've always wanted to go to Boston. I always say, I feel like I'm on Cheers here. Everybody knows your name. That's always what I wanted. I would love to come to Sweden. Yes, I would love that. Oh, you're sweet, Sonia. Hi, Paula. You too, Lucia. I would love to. Well, it's just funny, you know, like I was saying to someone today, I would just love to just go around the world and meet people and chat and, you know. Thank you, Abon. I appreciate it. Oh, hold on. There we go. Number was calling through. You love that show, Cheers? It was a good show. It was a good show. Kelly Talks goes international. I would love to come to Ireland, Paula. Oh, Saint Martin. Oh, you do? I would love to. Hi, Tracy. Holland. Beautiful, beautiful. Absolutely. Yeah, these are things that I would love to do. You know, I have so many things on my list that I would love to do professionally and personally. And so you never know. You never know where the energy will take us. But That's something that would be really fun to do. So Nick, I could picture you touring me around New Orleans, going to the French Quarter. I love French history. Nick and I share a love of like French language and literature and history. And so I could just picture us talking about such things. Although I don't eat seafood. So there you go. There would be one thing that would be a little hard for me in New Orleans, but I would say that I would love to tour around for sure. As a Canadian, do I like Celine Dion? Celine Dion is incredible. Absolutely incredible. Niagara Falls, Kelly Talks, perfect, Jose. Listen, I used to live in Niagara Falls, Ontario, so I'd be curious to go to the other side as well. Hi, Ella. We can work around that. You never know, Nick. You never know. Maybe that's something we could do one day. Well, funny that you said about the visualization. So as I was sitting down before coming live, I was filming the chakra reading for the week. I'm going to post it tomorrow morning. And something that came out was imagination. And maybe I'll talk about this right now really quickly and just sort of get your vibes, you know? Here's the thing about imagination. There's nothing wrong with imagining something or wanting to manifest something new in your life. Like I said this in the video, like, do you like to drive around neighborhoods and look at different homes? Do you like to imagine yourself in different locations? Hi, Elegance. Do you like to watch travel videos, picturing yourself on a beach or at a specific location, a tourist destination? How do you manifest? Okay, and I know that's a loaded question in our family because sometimes we use manifestation as a different topic of conversation. But what I mean is, how do you like to visualize your future or the things that you would love to experience? So here's the issue that's in the energy right now, and you tell me if this resonates or doesn't. I think that some of us are caught in a bit of illusion or in a bit of imagination or highlight reel. Even though it's okay to imagine, there's got to be a bit of bringing down to earth as well, or a little bit of groundedness, or, you know, being realistic about a situation. Okay? So that's the vibe that's coming through right now, where we marry potential, we divorce reality. We have to be mindful that we're not living in the potential of something. We have to be in the reality of it. At the same time, to manifest something, you have to be in the energy of already having it. So it's a fine line. It's a fine line of energy. And I think that there's this sadness in the air because people are taking things personally. And I mentioned this the other day in my live sessions, and and also in some of the videos that I've posted, where there is this energy, hi Ruby, of people just taking things personally. Why is this happening to me? Versus for me. Nothing is happening to us. It's happening for us. Yeah, Mike, I understand what you're saying. People show ego in their true selves, isn't it? I know. If you're in the energy of already having it, isn't that living in delusion? No. No, because you have to be in the vibration. You have to be in the vibration of that thing that you want. Hi, Gil. I'm doing well, thank you. How are you? So Neptune is currently in Pisces. There you go. Delusions. Illusions. Neptune is great energy. I mean, there's nothing wrong with Neptune energy. Hi, Becca. I'm well, thank you. How are you? At the same time, we have to be mindful of the balance between spirituality and practicality. Yesterday, you saw firsthand the toxic culture of your workplace. Okay, I many places experience this. It's not easy to be in it. They sure do, Alex. They sure do. Hi, Kara. How are you? Hi, Wendy. You know, something else that I was thinking about, I'll throw it out there to you guys. I've had many people request me to make dating videos, or to do like specific lives where we only talk dating, as in not cards, just dating questions. And this has been on my mind lately. And if any of you want me to do a live specifically that focuses on answering some dating questions, also talking about dating profiles or how to formulate a profile or prompts, I can definitely do that with you guys. And if you have any questions you'd like me to answer, you know, we can go over them. So let me know if that's something you'd like to do, because I realized, and remember the other day we were talking about some people don't know what to call me. You know, they call me tarot card reader or spiritual advisor or life coach. You know, I've had people say to me lately, oh my goodness, you're like my dating coach. And, you know, I'm happy to answer a lot of dating questions. Coach Kelly, there you go. Okay, Lucia. Have a good dinner. You think you're in Delulu. You want things to be butterflies and rainbows, but you know better. You're just tired of the good fight. A lot of that comes down to surrender. You'd love that now that you're ready to start dating? Katie says yes, please, possibly. Okay. I'd be happy to do a live with like no cards, just talking about dating questions. And I'll tell you why. Hi, Connie. You feel like you're backwards in that department. Okay, no worries. I can help you with that. So here's the thing about what I do. I don't know if everybody realizes, I think you do, those of you that have been with me for a while, maybe somebody who's new doesn't always know this. I talk dating all day, every day. Hi, Laura. I have experience going through spiritual awakening, spiritual dating. I talk to thousands of people. I've got experience in this department, and I also know how it feels to ask for what you want or better and achieve it, because I really feel like I'm in the best part of my life right now, especially in that department. Hi, Madonna. Hi, Nelson. They're well, Katie. Thank you. So these are things that I can help you with along your journey. And so maybe we'll schedule a day where I just do a live and we just talk dating. Yeah, exactly, Nick. It is true that we are very much in a masculine energy, trying to speed things up, trying to control things. Nice to see you too, Madonna. Very true. So, I mean, these are all things that we can discuss in a different live or in different videos that I make. But if there's something you want me to talk about, then let me know. I'll do that. I have no problems doing that. I love different topics. You know, I could talk about any topic imaginable. So good for you, Madonna. Try that out. So tell me what your word of the day is, everybody. Let me know in the comments. What's your word of the day today? And I will post this live again on YouTube. If any of you want to go watch it later, or if there's something that you missed from a previous live, they should be there. You feel confused. Trusting the process, Alex. I get it. Thank you, Sharon. Urgency. What's the urgency, Ruby? You feel numb, Blake. Okay, sleepy and confused, trying to stay calm. Thank you, Hifa. Hope, headache, broken. I'm sorry, Paula. Positive. Hi, Jen. No. We haven't started yet. We were just having some chats. Cluster of craziness. You're welcome. Can I do around anxiety and coping? Yeah, I sure can. In what way, Katie? About a spiritual journey, dating, slight fear, something slipping through your fingers. So you're worried, Donna, about losing something. You know, uncertainty, confused. A lot of confusion in the air, right? I totally get it. Hi, Smirks. Oh, you're sweet. Thank you. You feel balanced, yet you're not. Okay. It's a yes and no. That's my line of every day. Yes and no. Because there's always a yes and there's always a no part of something, you know. It's never all one way or the other. You feel gratitude today. Okay. I'm glad to hear that. Gratitude is super important. We're all in the same boat. And this is why we come together and we do these talks. You know, I try to do them every day, but try to get on here and talk about life. We're all in the same boat. This is absolutely true. You wouldn't believe the trends that I see in the sessions that I do. And again, the trend I'm seeing right now the most is people taking things personally. Wondering why there's this confusion, trying to analyze it, trying to figure it out. Hi, I'm Louise. Head pressure from the smoke. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's tough. Self-care. Yeah. fear, yet also many things working out easily. Well, Donna, that's the whole yes and no. You know, look, the thing about fear is fear of the unknown is the problem. You have no idea how something's going to turn out until you cross that bridge. It could be the best thing that ever happened to you. Hi, Joe. You never, ever know until you try. Oh, Alex, I'm so sorry to hear that. It's hard. A lot of people take things personally. You're purging, clearing out stuff. Hi, Mary. You're confused about a love situation? I can help you. I'm well, Emma Louise. Thank you. Nick's feeling determined. I like that. Well, let's see. Let's see what the current energy is. I'm going to use the Archangel Animal cards, the one that I reviewed on YouTube recently. Let's use them here today. The Elephant. Elephant energy is all about wisdom, and it's about abundance. And this basically says, open yourself up to true abundance. You know, you want me to do the dating thing? Okay, I will, Donna. So how about this? If any of you are watching this in the replay, okay, when I post this to YouTube, if you have some dating questions, put them in the comments. I can make some videos about them for you. And then ultimately we'll do a live where I can answer a bunch of questions. You're feeling fearful and unsure, dealing with a narcissistic co-parent, and you're afraid now to pursue the courts as you don't think it will help. It's a tough situation to be in, especially with narcissism involved. Hi, Chuck. That's a tough one. That requires a lot of conversation, and nothing is unsurmountable, okay? We can get through it. It's just a matter of taking things step by step. So this matters of the heart, right? This is kind of reminding me of a Little Prince reference where we see through our hearts more than anything, right? So we have to learn how to trust our heart. And I don't mean that necessarily romantically. I just mean the electromagnetic field of our heart, the intuition of our heart, you know? So let's see what else we need to know. Okay. Abundance, heart chakra, the seed is planted. Investment in self. The Ace of Pentacles is a brand new tangible beginning. Are you ready for something new? Thank you, Kathy. You're dealing with a narcissistic manager. Yeah, it's tough. Narcissism is a really difficult beast. Hi, Gina. Hi, Emma. Because there's so many facets to narcissism. There's, my goodness, like there's traits versus full-blown narcissism. You know, there's all these different aspects that come into play, whether it's friends, whether it's family, whether it's romantic, whether it's career. How do you deal with these situations other than no contact or not engaging or giving a reaction, which is mostly what is wanted in regards to narcissism? It's very difficult. It's a very difficult beast to deal with when someone won't cooperate. And that's my point, is that when we are in those scenarios, there's really not much you can do. You can't control the other person. You can control you and how you react, but you can't control them. They'll never see it. Hi, Donna. Hi, Emma. You just divorced one, and it was the most painful 3 years of your life until the divorce was settled. I understand, Diane, and wow, it's a tough one, but I'm really proud of you that you're at this point right now. So Chuck just asked, avoidant people are not normally narcissistic. Not necessarily, Chuck. It doesn't have to mean that someone is narcissistic and avoidant. A lot of the times, avoidance comes from trauma. I mean, so does narcissism, but it doesn't have to go hand in hand. Yeah, it does often have another disorder connected to it. Yes. Oh, thank you, Emma Louise. I appreciate it. And I mean, these are topics definitely we can talk about in regards to dating and how to handle those situations when I do that live, or any of those questions you want me to answer in videos. I'll make more content about it because I've had a lot of requests for it recently. And it made me think about it and say, okay, maybe I should tackle these topics from a dating perspective, not from a tarot perspective, but from an actual like dating perspective. Because not everybody's into tarot, not everybody's into necessarily spirituality, but they do cross over with each other, right? So, hi Roseanne, how are you? Men in their ego, sure. Anyone in their ego. It exists on all levels. So let's see what is the potential or the challenge here. The emotions. The King of Cups is beautiful energy. It's somebody who's in tune with the emotions. But that's also the challenge for a lot of people right now. The emotions are running high. People are getting triggered. People are taking things personally, like I keep saying. It's the theme of the moment. But you have to look at the bigger picture or the bird's eye view as to why these things are happening, you know? And with that, we have the hedgehog. Be a magnet for light, love, and joy. Well, here's the thing. Right away when I see this, I think of with the energy we attract. We don't want to chase anything. We want to attract it. Remember, you are the prize. You are the snack. You don't chase. You only attract. You're not there to chase anybody. Now is not the time to be chasing anybody in this kind of energy. I would lean back as much as you possibly can. It is. It's the non-sticky deck. I know, Becca. I laughed at myself so hard when you wrote that comment. What I like about this deck, I said it in the YouTube video, is that they don't stick together, because sometimes matte cards can stick together. Hi, Heidi. So let's see. What should we focus on today? It is exhausting, Roseanne. And this is the thing about moving forward in difficult times, especially in relationships where we have to move on from something. It just takes perseverance. And I asked somebody today, and I'll ask all of you, what is the price of your freedom and of your peace? What does it mean to you? Because anything's possible. Anything is possible. But you have to ask yourself, do you want to fight over this or that? Is this a battle that you can win? Is it worth the strain, the stress, the effort? I do too, Becca, don't worry. It's definitely good to laugh. It's definitely good to laugh, for sure. But everybody's got to ask, what is the battle they want to pick today? Hi, Squirrel. How are you, my friend? It's hitting you in the guts already. It's a tough one. It's a tough one. Yeah, it is priceless. And so this is an energy right now that says, pick your battles wisely. And not only that, use your knowledge powerfully. Don't just pick a battle for no reason. Pick one that you're going to win. If you're not in a position to win yet, lean back, observe, and let people show you who they are and find that weakness. And I don't mean that out of manipulation. I'm saying you've got to carefully think through your reactions, especially when you're dealing with people that are narcissistic or that don't want to open themselves up to any other opinion or stubborn. Oh, that's okay, Jen, no worries. Choose your battles. Is this the hill you want to die on today? That's kind of the mantra. You're nodding in agreement. Okay. You're in court in Ireland in a few hours with your ex. Your anxiety is up to 90, but whatever the results it will be. Paula, this is what it comes down to. And I've said this to many people, not only just in sessions, but even in my own friendships where they've come to me about these topics. Sometimes you have to let the courts decide whatever it is. You can't fight. You can't keep going round and round and round. Let the decision come down and then deal with it. Exactly. So it's surrender, Squirrel. Sometimes just surrender and let the energy just come through. And whatever it is whatever it is. And you tackle that at the moment. So Chuck just said something really interesting, and that was knowing the difference of fighting for something worth it or fighting a losing battle. Chuck, in order for something to be worth it, you have to get something out of it. There has to be some benefit. It's got to bring something to your life, not take away. And we can't force people to see our points of view. We can't force people to be with us. If someone doesn't have the capacity, we have to respect that they don't have the capacity. And it's a very tough thing to decide, but we're all number one in our stories. You're number one. I'm number one. Everyone else, you're all the main character. If something is not bringing you a benefit, why fight? You know what I always say? There's two analogies. One is a tug of war. You cannot have a tug of war if somebody lets go. You don't have to engage. You don't have to pull on your side. They don't have to pull. The second somebody lets go, there is no fight. Hi, Letitia. There is no fight. If you're on a teeter-totter with someone, hi, pretty, you can't go up and down on a teeter-totter if somebody gets off the other side. There's no engagement. There's no fighting. Don't engage in something that brings you heartache or that brings you problems or pain or disrupts your peace. Yeah, it's one step at a time, Roseanne. A return on investment. You have to decide when the cost is too much. You're right, Squirrel. And a lot of us just fight with ourselves. You know? So, thank you, Sharon. Yeah, I'm going to post this. Yeah, Alex, I'll post it on YouTube. Hi, Megan. So what should we focus on today? Page of Swords. There's that spying or observing. Now, how many of you saw the video that I posted, thank you, Harley, about the no contact, someone from a distance? And then I posted the Scorpio one today. It's not that it has to be a Scorpio, but it's such Scorpio vibes. It's the secrets. It's the sunglasses. Oh, thank you, Jose. I appreciate the encouragement. Thank you. It's this element of waiting and strategizing for the right moment. There is definitely an element of spying. You haven't seen that one, Emma? Okay, take a look. You'll see it. It's one of my most recent. And when I post these lives, I put the date on there just so you know what day it's from. Yeah, you need to look them up, Ruby. I'm telling you, there's a very strong energy of that right now. Very strong. But that's Mercury retro. And there's the eagle. And funny that I said earlier about the bird's eye view. There's your bird's eye view. My post from late last night was scary accurate. That one was freaky. That's the one I'm talking about, Mike. I posted it late last night on YouTube. Well, they're all posted. These videos, these lives are now on YouTube. But on my TikTok, my Reels on Instagram. I'm even on X, by the way. If any of you are on Twitter or X, I have a new account there, KL111 Tarot. Kelly Lorraine 111. So thank you, Hollywood. Have a wonderful day, my friend. Yeah, that one from late last night was definitely, I got a lot of people writing me about that one. So, the eagle sees opportunities courageously. This is saying make a move if you need to. Make a move if you need to. Yes, Madonna, I know. Well, it says Hollywood, so that's why I was calling you Hollywood. I know you changed your name. Don't worry, I won't forget. I won't forget. The eagle's a sign for you, Megan? Oh, that's funny, Trish. There you go. You're welcome. Let's see the recent past. Oh, the lovey vibes, the Two of Cups. Two of Cups. Yeah, I agree with you, Nelson. The corrections that we need to make for sure. We soar on eagle's wings. That's what you've been saying today. We sure do. But we have to have courage and we have to fly high and look at things from a different perspective. Hi, Marcy. Let's see what else we need to know. Llamas. Oh, isn't that cute? Set clear boundaries and enforce them. Look at that. In love. Am I sure I'm not reading just for you? I've had a lot of people say that to me recently. They're like, how do you know this? People, they're like, you're listening in on me. No, I just feel the energies. Hi, Bonnie. Yeah, you're tired of the drama, Megan. I get it. I get it. Love the llamas. You're loving you and you're loving the llamas. I love it. That's funny, Trish. Set clear boundaries and enforce them. It's necessary. If you want change, you gotta make a move. Okay, let's see what the strength position is today. the world, completion of a cycle. Do you know, it's so important right now to let go of the old so that you can have the new. Remember, your new life is going to cost your old life. It's like someone's toe is right on the line and they're just in fear. I'd say that's very consistent right now. The fear, it's almost like paralyzing, you know, where just can't make the move. Not sure how to make the move. And some of us need the support in order to do that, or the reassurance to do that. But sometimes you can only be that person. I know I provide a lot of reassurance for people. We talk a lot about these topics, you know, individually. I can do that with you, but it requires the effort and the consistency to make those moves. So many of you are really on the brink. And it's exciting. It should be exciting, not so much scary, you know? And look, there's the kangaroo already. Take the leap. Take the leap. Be a force for good. Bring light. Good things. Funny, we had the World card, and the next card would be the Fool, which is the kangaroo. Oh, you're sweet, Roseanne. I appreciate your kind words. Thank you. So we got to make a move. And by the way, on a side note, what kind of makes me laugh? Yes, fear. Yeah, face everything and rise. You got it. I'm kind of laughing because have you ever seen those videos of like kangaroos just hanging out? They are some muscular creatures. Holy smokes. Like they are tough. So in other words, you're a force to be reckoned with. Just know that. Yeah, ready to hop to it. Exactly, Nick. Let's see, what's the near future? What's the near future? Six of Pentacles, equal giving and receiving. This is really in line with the chakra reading that I'm going to post tomorrow. I already know because the cards are so similar. Fives and sixes. Fives are the tower moments. The sixes are the balance, equal giving and receiving. They're scary when you're camping. I can imagine. Oh, thank you so much, Roseanne. Those kind words mean the world to me. You know, you are making the moves. You're doing it at your pace, your timing, and I admire that. I respect that a lot. So Six of Pentacles is that equal giving and receiving. It is a return on your investment. There's the peace, the doves. Spread messages of peace and harmony. Put out peace and harmony, and it attracts it back. Be in the energy of peace and harmony, and you will achieve it. This is why I say, when you ask for what you want or better, you get what you're looking for. Because why? You're making boundaries. You're putting yourself first. When you feel at peace, it comes to you. You are an amazing person, Erin. Absolutely. You refuse to let anyone make you doubt your awesomeness. Of course. Absolutely. Hi, Lucas. How are you? You know, look, we all have a part to play in our relationships and our life, but don't let anyone ever dim your light or who you are or doubt who you are. Oh, you're welcome, Squirrel. You're welcome. And Erin, a lot of the times these things, they just are the way they are in the sense that they're not your fault. You just have to respond in a way that brings you growth. That's how I would look at it. Hi, Sarah. I think so much of it is how we respond that matters. Oh, sorry. Oh, you know what? I think I have to plug in. Oh, geez. You know how I feel about leaning over here when the cards fall on the floor. But I think I have to plug this in. Excuse me. See if I can do this with grace. Because it's telling me that my battery is going on here. There we go. Sorry. IG just went flying. It wasn't TikTok that went flying, it was IG. You feel that your person is being deceitful. That's a tough one. Hi, Steph. Night, Paula. I hope you have a great day too. Sorry about that. It was a roller coaster ride. There you go. IG's always taking one for the team. Well, that was a view. Sure was, Dana. Sure was. That was like an up the nose shot. Speaking of dating, you know how we've always talked about this? How like masculine like energy is always like filmed up the nose. You see guys who post like up the nose shots and you're like, why do I want to see your nose hairs? Like, why do I want to see up your nose? That's to assert dominance. Versus, like like how women take pictures like where they look more submissive. It's a tactic in taking pictures. Anyways, side note. Thank you, Lucas. I appreciate it. Your sound is back? Okay, I'm glad. I'm glad, Alex. Okay, let's see the suggested approach. There's a whole art to selfie taking and dating profile pictures. And and shirtless muscle shots, not appealing. There's so many things about dating profiles that I've talked about it so many times that you have to be aware of. Like my number one for me, a turn off is I don't want to see somebody posting with other people in their pictures, as in like guys posting with all these girls around thinking that there's some like big man on campus. That is not appealing at all. It actually is such a turn off. And I think it goes both ways. Nobody has to prove that they're super desirable and attractive. Putting other people in the mix in those pictures, it just doesn't do it. Yeah, we're gonna have to talk about these. We'll do. Oh, thank you, Becca. I appreciate it. I'm glad I've been able to help you with your dating profiles. Yeah, it is a turn off, Harley. I know. There's so many things. Or a group of guys or a group of girls. It's like, which one are you? And you have to figure out which person you're actually looking at in the profile. Or when you see a friend in the picture and you don't know, and the friend is very attractive, but you don't know which one is which. That would be a good Kelly Talk dating profiles. Yeah, Carrie, what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to do a live dedicated just to dating topics. No cards, just talking, dating, and answering questions. You know what I mean? And then I'll make some videos on dating topics. So if there are any questions you have about dating, put them, when I post them on YouTube, put them in the comments, and then I'll go to them and create some content. Yeah, I hear you, Dana. I hear you. Yeah, that'll be a fun live for sure. The eyes tell it all in a pic. Yes, but I'm going to tell you something. Just as we'll get into it, but I want you to think about this. You know how we always talk about masculine and feminine energy? You can tell right away which energy is which in a profile. Hi, Lenny. Thank you. You can tell based on the way the face is positioned and the way in which it is looking at the camera, let's say. You take them from your best angle. Well, it kind of is sometimes, Kat. And I know that I know what you're saying. So Kat's saying, I'm taking them from my best angle. Please don't assume it's personality related. But you know what? Sometimes it kind of is. Sometimes it kind of is. Yeah, nothing beats face-to-face. I agree, Jose. I like face-to-face interaction too. But the reality of the world is that it is online. And we use dating apps and dating websites. Okay, thanks, Carrie. I appreciate it. Hi, Inmet. Because let me put it to you this way, Kat, and here's, looking at your profile pic here, there now. So here's what it is. I'll give you an example of myself. Do you ever notice that in my videos, well, we know my videos take up the whole screen, right? We always laugh about that. I have somebody in my life that goes, damn, Kelly, your face takes up the whole screen. I know it takes up the whole screen. Hi, Judy. It's because I'm talking. It's because I'm talking to you personally, right? Hi, Lisa Marie. But if you were to look at the way I position my face or the angle of my face, I believe that my face is more attractive when I'm looking a little bit more into the camera or down into the camera. But that's actually very masculine. That's a masculine pose. Whereas if you were to look at why, for example, women post looking up like this to the camera, because again, that's a very submissive pose. That shows more feminine energy. And don't get me wrong, I'm not talking about gender roles of the 50s or, be submissive to your partner or whatever. I'm talking in the sense of like energy. It gives a completely different view. So when, for example, you see men posting pictures, a lot of the times you can tell whether they're in a masculine energy or in a feminine energy just by looking at their pose and just by looking at their facial position. And there's nothing wrong with a man being in tune with his emotions. That's a completely different topic. What I'm saying is, though, you can tell by the energy of the photo. You know, people used to always say to me, how can you tell so much by a photo? I can tell you right away. And so I've been known to swipe through entire geographical regions, and not because of necessarily like pickiness. I mean, I am picky, but it's for a variety of reasons. You look up to make your chins appear skinnier. I get it, Laura. I get it. But I have chin too. I have chin too. I'd have to look at your profile picture, Sharon, like more closely, because I can't see it so much right now. You know, Sharon, I like the way you've posed. Actually, I can click on it. I like the way you posed because you pose yourself a little bit more like in a softer position. You're not totally looking up, but you're in a soft position. One of these days we'll do something like this on live, or like I said, in some videos. Thank you, Sage. I appreciate it. It is all about angles. I work my angles too. Don't get me wrong. I read that in sessions as well. I do. I look at body language all the time. Yeah, our profile pics are similar. Yeah, they are. They are, Erin. You're right. No, I'm definitely, it's the Virgo in me also that really picks up on words or body language or different type of pictures. I'm very particular, that's why. Yeah, and Sharon, I think your picture looks really nice. I really do. So it's interesting, whenever I do sessions with people, though some of you have done this with me before, hi Mama. Some of you have done this with me before where we look at your dating profile and your prompts. Are you in a masculine energy with your prompts, a feminine energy with your prompts? You know, what kind of pictures to post? Are you posting too many of the same type? Do you have a variety of pictures? You know, do you, like, there's so many factors that go into a dating profile. And I can assure you, I've seen my fair share of profiles, to help you with that. If that's something you need, let me know. I can do videos about your dating profiles, or we can talk about this in lives, but there really is like an art to this. It's not just a matter of throwing pictures up there or writing your prompts. You want to make sure that you are putting out the energy to attract what you're looking for versus the opposite. Yeah, Beth, there's so much to it. So like I said, if there's questions specifically, oh, of course I dropped a card. If there's something specifically that you want me to touch on or to look at, I can definitely do that. Well, I can see the card. It's on the floor. Although it kind of looks like me today. It's the, oh, geez. And I got a cat. This is the other thing. I have a kitty cat who's taking up the majority of the seat that I'm sitting on right now. She's all sprawled out with no F's to give. And I'm hanging off the edge of my bench here, but the strength card did come out. It's the you know, the lion, the wavy hair, and then like the red necklace. But anyways, strength card. Suggested approach is to find the strength and the courage to push yourself forward. I know. Totally, Dana. Totally. So let's see. Suggested approach. The deer energy, how nice. Trust in the support of the universe. Trust the process. Trust the process. It is the kitty cat's bench, Ruby. It is. She's basically taken up the whole spot. And you know who it is. It's Karma, of course. Have a wonderful day, Trish. Thank you so much. Your pick is actually from the moment you got sparked. Every time I try to change it, I come back to it. So Sharon, that's really interesting. So maybe it's time for a new picture. Like, think about photo storage in your phone. If your phone has all these old images and videos, how can new energy come in? How? So sometimes it's important to change the vibe, change the photo. The cats own the house. Listen, dogs have owners, cats have staff, right? Cats are hilarious, Grant. It's my favorite. I mean, I love dogs too, but there's nothing like kitty cats, that's for sure. 333, perfect. Exactly, it's about changing the narrative. Thank you, Lisette. So let's see, what do we need to know today? Hi, Sierra. Oh, Sierra, I would love to do a reading with you. I'm doing a general collective reading right now, but if you'd like a personal reading, you can go to my website. Thank you, Lisette. Perfect timing, exactly. 333 as well. Let's see, what do we need to know? Oh, Doris, King of Wands over here. And you know what, Sharon? Sometimes a new picture can be a new lease on life. Oh, your cat's name is Milo, and he's a black and white tuxedo? That's Karma's kitty cousin. There's the King of Wands. Purpose and passion and forward motion and that Leo energy. And let me remind you of something about the dating profile, since we're talking dating in and out of this conversation today. And look, a lion doesn't have to say it's a lion. King of Wands does not have to go walking around going, oh, I'm the King of Wands. You know he's the King of Wands. A lion does not walk into, you know, the jungle and go, I'm the king of the jungle. It just exudes that energy. That's the key. Confidence is key. Communication is key. Just be your authentic self and just, you know, shoulders back, head up. Yeah, exactly, Becca, exactly. Becca went through the process of changing her hair, getting new glasses, and new pictures. And it gives such a new lease on life. You found 7 dimes today. Dimes are messages from past loved ones, or can be. If you look at the dates on the dimes, they might give you some more info. This is King of Wands, purpose, passion, like I said, forward motion, confidence. And let's see. That lion looks like he's going to eat him. They both have quite the smoldering look, though, don't they? There you go. Becca just said she needs to change her display pics on there. Yeah, why not? Bonjour, Kathy. Ça va bien? Look at the cow energy. How cute. Hi, Christine. Thank you. You've been having so many synchronicities recently. Really freaky stuff. What does that mean? In my opinion, it's testing you. Those signs and synchronicities should be pushing you forward, not pulling you backwards. So give with unconditional love and grace. How beautiful. Unconditional love. That doesn't mean blindly just give to everybody. It just means don't try to hold on to anything. Hi, Randelar. How are you? Okay, let's see what is the hope and or fear. Thank you, Lisette. How do you know if they're pulling you back? So Morgan, the great question. If they're pulling you back without any consistency and you're just going round and around and around and around, it means you're allowing your energy to be pulled backwards. So if nothing changes, there's no plan, there's no seriousness to the energy, then it's just basically trying to keep you at arm's length. So let's see what the hope and or fear is. The hope and or fear is leaving the comfort zone. Oh, can I repeat? What was it about, Squirrel? As in like the breadcrumbing? But how do you know if you're being pulled backwards? Okay, let me give you an example. Let me give you a dating example. Let's say there's somebody that keeps coming in and out of your life. Okay? You get really close, they ghost. They come back in, test the waters like nothing ever happened. Get close again, ghost. And you go through this multiple times. They say they want something serious, but they just have things to heal, or they've got things to do, or they're not sure, or they're saying, wait, you know, in a year or two, you know, we'll do this and we'll do that. If you're allowing that behavior to come in and out of your life, then it's pulling you backwards. Because let me just remind you of something, okay? And I used to do this all the time when I first got on TikTok. You're here, your person is here. And this is not better than or less than, okay? But this happens. You allow the person to come in and out of your life, as they please because you love them and you want the validation and it feels good. Okay? It's a short-term gain, but a long-term pain. If you were to take the short-term pain, you would get the long-term gain. Okay? Because here's what's happening. Imagine a card game for a second and you're standing there and you're going, I love you, I love you, I love you. I want to give, 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 give. I love you, I love you, I love you. I want to give, 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 give. Trust me, they're going to run the other way. Why? They don't feel worthy enough of what you're giving. They haven't earned it. And they run for the hills because they haven't dealt with their own healing or their own trauma. Hi, Carmen. I've missed you too. All is well. And so, Lucas, I'm going to give you a side note about staying single. And I'm not criticizing the energy. You're right, Nick. It's like desperation energy, okay? By choosing to stay single, that's a fear of putting oneself out there. And I recognize that there's a lot of difficult situations out there in dating. But if we're all aware of how bad or difficult situations can be, then it's not hard to swipe past it, unmatch, delete, and keep on going. Is there a way to discuss that with someone, Chuck? In what capacity? Like with another person to say, this is what you do? Carefully, it depends on how you want to word it. But my point is this, if you're allowing them to do this and they're running, because what they're doing is, listen, I haven't said this in a while actually, you are not a power bank. You know those portable power banks, you know, for your phone when you run out of, you know, energy or like your battery, or you have to plug it in and you don't have a plug and you've got those portable. Look, you're not a power bank. What happens is the person who's coming in and out, they're coming in with a 0% battery. Hi, Busy. They're coming with a 0% battery. And they're charging up like this and draining your energy. And then when they get to the top, when they get pumped full of energy, what do? They run and they go use your energy to go deal with the stuff that they're dealing with in their daily life, whether that's a karmic situation, meaning another relationship, a family situation, a work situation, a financial situation, whatever it is. You're not a power bank. But Chuck, you can't help them realize. That's the whole point. Chuck's just saying, as far as helping them realize the situation they're in, Chuck, there's nothing you can do. That's not for you to tell them. That's the hard part. So I am Pauline. How are you doing? So in other words, if you're draining your battery to try to convince somebody or to help somebody, overgive, overdo, and problem solve, it's not going to work. You're just enabling the cycle over and over and over and over again. So how do you achieve what you want or better? You have to stop allowing that energy in. You're not there to be someone's power bank. You're not there to solve their problems. It's called problem ownership. So what you end up doing is you maintain your boundary. You let them go do what they got to go do. You ask for what you want or better. Even if they come back around, you hold the cards now. Don't show your cards so much. And this is not about a game, but like, stop with this. I love you. I love you. I love you. I want to give, 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 give. It does absolutely zero for you. Zero. Beyond zero. And I'm not saying don't be a nice person, but don't give all of your energy away. That is precious. It belongs to you, not to everybody else. So if you stop doing it, they'll stop running. If you don't want them to run, stop chasing them. And if they're meant for you, they're meant for you. Nothing that's meant for you is going to pass you by. If you maintain your boundary, you'll either get what you want. They'll either level up to where you're at, or they won't, and you'll have better. But you have to be willing to take that risk to have the better. So hopefully that makes sense. And so, Lucas, that's the problem. If you're overgiving, overdoing, and you're getting hurt by that, and people take advantage of that, that's because the boundary isn't there. You know, look, let me give the other example. Nobody wakes up saying, I'm going to stop asking Kelly for favors today. I'm going to stop pushing Kelly's boundaries. I'm going to stop breadcrumbing Kelly today. You know? Oh, I'm so glad to hear that, Kathy. So remember that it stops with you. It ends with you. If you really want better for yourself, you will make that decision. You'll be so tired of it. That's the difference. So, you know, it comes down to what you're willing to accept. Sorry, my finger is itchy. It's what you're willing to accept or not willing to accept. You have to ask for better. Because if you don't ask for better, you're not going to receive it. You're just going to accept the same old, same old. So the Two of Wands is saying leave your comfort zone to do different. You know, what do they say is the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. Well, I'll give another chance. Well, I'll try this. I'll do this. I'll do it. How many times? How many times? Well, Lucas, to some extent you're right, and I'm not picking at what you're saying, but at the same time there's another side to what you're saying. So Lucas just said, I get it. That's why I choose to be single, so I'm just giving to myself. But Lucas, there's a difference between walls and boundaries. Exactly, Sarah. How many rounds do you want to go? One of my original lines when I started doing this professionally. How many rounds do you want to go? Look, walls mean you don't make any movement anywhere. It's self-preservation. It's like, I'm not letting anybody in. I'm going to stay single and I'm going to stay put and I'm just going to whatever. Because so many people, oh, that's so sweet. That's so sweet. I appreciate the question. Hi, Amy J. So if you have a wall around you and you're not willing to put yourself out there and meet new people and do new things, things are not going to change. If you have boundaries, that's a completely different scenario. Boundaries mean, look, I'm willing to grow and I'm willing to change and find better, but I'm going to maintain a line that you're not going to cross. You wish you had seen it before? Uh-oh, Amy, what happened? What do I always say? Are you in the old or are you in the new? And I know that that statement is annoying and triggering sometimes. Are you in the old? Are you in the new? Are you in the old? Are you in the new? But I use that as a guideline for myself. Well, Kelly of yesteryear would do this. Would she do that today? No. So anytime I make a decision, I don't even care what the decision is. I ask myself, am I in the old or am I in the new? Because if I want to be in the new, I have to do different. I cannot do the things that I used to do because they did not work. They did not do anything for me. They just kept me stuck. At a certain point, again, how many rounds do you want to go? Oh, the one about the drama, Amy? Okay. And the other thing to consider is you got to be a Roomba vacuum. What does a Roomba vacuum do? It spins around the room, and when it hits the wall, it just redirects itself. That's it. You know? Yeah, you wouldn't do anything now that you used to do, Dana. Exactly. Exactly. You were being triggered all weekend. You're learning boundaries. And Amy J, boundaries take time. They really do. They don't happen overnight. That's why it has to be consistent. So if you hit a wall, like a Roomba, you redirect yourself and that's it. You make a mistake, so what? You have an error in judgment, so what? We're human. We just move on. The big problem is social media. This is the thing that ruins many relationships. It does, Tracy. Of course it does. And the thing is that we have to use discernment. We have to know what is real and what isn't. You always hear my words in your head. How many rounds? Yeah, it grounds me too, Beth. I say it to myself all the time. These are all the sayings that live rent-free in my head. And now I get to share them with all of you. But yeah, what else can I say? You know, we have to think for ourselves and use discernment and not get sucked into things. We have to know, we gotta know when to hold them, know when to fold them. Know when to walk away, know when to run. I say that all the time. The gambler, it always sticks with me. So you gotta leave your comfort zone. If you want different, you gotta do different. And I would say this, I know I'm getting into deep talks here and so many random energy because it almost feels like an energy from every angle of something to discuss, which is a good thing. I love doing that. But let me just make another point. Our responsibility is to ourselves, not to other people. Our retrogrades at the beginning of the year, we are having a repeat in astrology from other times. That is true. Thanks, Beth. Beth just said, not that I'm happy you had to go through it, but your wisdom is so good for me. Well, I teach based on experience. Alex, probably next week. If you wanna do a session, I can probably do one next week. Hi, Melanie. How are you? If that works. But it's not our responsibility to change anybody or to convince anybody or to enlighten anybody. It's about our growth. We are the beacon of light. We talked about the hedgehog here that said, be a magnet for light. It's your job to attract, not to chase. We're not here to chase anybody. We don't have to convince anybody. You are good enough. You're worthy enough. You have to believe that. And I understand that we have moments of weakness, when we're lonely or it's late at night and we're in our head and we're feeling emotional. Thank you, Hifa. But you have to show restraint and discipline, And I always say this, if you've done everything you possibly can to make something work, then there is no failure. You've done the best you can, and that's it, whatever it is. Even if it doesn't work out with that person or that situation, you have to know you've done your best and be proud of your best. I used to tell my students in a classroom, they would be disappointed in their grade if it was like, let's say they got 60% on a test, but they wanted that 80 or 90. And I'd be like, well, if you did your best, if you prepared, if you studied legitimately, like you legitimately prepared, like you didn't just study the night before, you took the time a whole week before to look at your notes, to read them over, to talk about them with somebody, to write the notes down. And Lucas, I can help you with that if you need it. I do a lot of dating coaching. I'm realizing this lately that I need to make that clear. Like what I do is not just tarot. It's not just spiritual. It's the dating world. I talk to thousands of people in dating situations. Majority of my talks every day are the same topic and they're all dating. So these are all things I can help people with. Oh, thank you, Roxy. Roxy, I'm so proud of you for the moves that you've been making in your dating life. We've been together through this journey and I'm watching you really flourish. It makes me so proud. I do it all. I tell you, I'm a one-stop shop. We talk about everything on this channel. We have, Roxy, you're welcome. And Kathy's right. Way to go, Lucas. That's the first step. The first step is always saying, okay, I'm open to it. Let's see. Let's try something. And anything is possible. You just have to believe it, So that Two of Wands, I think I probably said this like 4 times. The Two of Wands leaving the comfort zone, the bear. You work too much, 70 hours a week and don't have the energy to go out at times. Lucas, I'm not picking at your comment. I appreciate what you're saying. I'm just going to respond to what you just said. And a lot of the times people work so much, yes, to pay their bills. I get it. But it's about avoidance at times. How many, and this is generally not to you, just Lucas, how many of you encounter people, hold on, I have to verify that I'm still alive. There we go. Oh, there we go. Sorry, TikTok likes you to verify. How many of you deal with energy where you work so much because you're avoiding the emotional side of your life to fill a void? Exactly. Or you've dated somebody who only works, work, and there's no time for anything romantic. It's because there's an avoidance, right? Oh, thank you so much, Dana. I try to do it as authentically as I can. I have the most amazing following, you're right. And Carrie, I admire the honesty. Carrie just said I do at times. I mean, I've dated people in that scenario, where we really cared about each other. I know how much he loved me, but it was always work. I gotta work. I've got this, I've got that. Oh, I've got to work. They have 2 jobs. They have this, and I'm not saying that, again, that we don't have to pay bills. We do. But there's also a work-life balance that's necessary, especially if people want to date and want to have relationships. It's about making time for that, being open to it. It's amazing what we find time to do. other than dating. I mean, like, there are ways in which we can make this happen. Yeah, workaholic is a thing. It sure is. So there's the bear energy that says use power with wisdom. Look, knowledge is power, but what you do with that knowledge is even more powerful. I always say this, you can be a teacher and know all your curriculum and all your content, but that doesn't mean somebody's a good teacher. You have to implement that knowledge and learn from experience. You've been with someone who worked all the time, but I cannot be patient anymore. You were done. Yeah, that's what it comes down to. Bashara, absolutely. Work is a way out of totally committing. Yes. Sometimes, yeah. I think one of the things that's come up recently, and I'll share this with you guys as well, is that there's a lot of reasons why we say no, but yet we forget that there's so many reasons to say yes to something. No, I've got this. No, I've got that. No, no, no. No, yeah, no. You know, like it's kind of that vibe. Oh, good for you with your insurance test tomorrow. Yes, sending you positive thoughts and vibes. You've got this. I want you to start saying yes to things, you know? Will you get the job on the 31st of July? You're having an interview. Well, Fatima, let me put it to you this way. Don't worry so much. Be confident in yourself. If you've prepared and you've done everything you possibly can, what could go wrong? And sometimes it's meant for you and sometimes it isn't. So in other words, if it's meant for you, it'll work out. If it's not, it'll just redirect you. Don't be stressed. If you stress, you'll manifest more stress. And this is what I always say about confusion or the I don't know. Thank you, Kathy. Sometimes people will say to me, I'm confused, I'm confused, I'm confused. I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. Well, if you're saying I'm confused and I don't know, you're going to get more I'm confused and I don't know. Yeah, I do, but I don't. Yeah, exactly. It's hard when you have a good connection with the person, but then he's not emotionally available. It's a whole thing. I said yes many times, but it didn't work, and it's okay. So here's the thing about that. Topic of my conversation every day. Look, the reason why you have such a good connection with that person, and I've had many of those, okay? You can have many good connections. There isn't just one person for us. Many people can be the one. I've dated many people that I could have easily been happy with and loved, and they loved me. But it didn't mean that we were meant to be. People come in for a season and a reason. And sometimes we invest in something and we don't want to leave it because we say, well, now what? I don't want to start over. You're not starting over. You're starting with knowledge you didn't have before. Now the next time, you're not going to do the same things you did before. So in other words, you can have many good connections. And oftentimes these connections... Good morning. My day's going well, thank you. How are you? So if someone's emotionally unavailable, they're telling you they're emotionally unavailable, and you have to respect that they're emotionally unavailable. But sometimes we just don't want to let go because it's really for our own benefit, so we think, not the other person's. You know? Thank you. Good connection, but he's in his feminine energy. I say, no, I can't because I'm busy. He gets upset. Well, then let him be upset. Look, people have to show up and they've got to work through their traumas and triggers and hurts. Isn't that what you guys are all trying to do? Work on your traumas, triggers, and hurts so you become a better person and a better partner. If someone that you're dealing with is not doing the work or not putting themselves in a position to be a better partner, then you have to ask yourself, is that what you want? Because ultimately, if somebody cannot get their life together, is this really the person for you? That's what you want. You want somebody who is avoiding, who lies, who cheats, who can't make boundaries, who can't communicate. You're looking at the potential of somebody versus the reality of a person. So it's a tough one, and I'm sorry if that's triggering, but people, when they're emotionally unavailable, they tell you. They tell you they can't give. They tell you they don't have the capacity. And if you're honest with yourself, like Kathy just said, that's a solid no. You can love them till the cows come home. It does not mean that the relationship is successful, solid, secure, and long lasting. It takes two people who are on the same page, who want to make it work and who want to communicate and who want to make it better. And I'll share something with you that's kind of funny. Sometimes they don't know they're not emotionally available, or they would discuss it. They sometimes know, Chuck, they just don't know how to deal with it, and they don't want to change. If you're with somebody in that situation, they have to change for you. They don't always want to do that. They're not ready to, and you can't force it, right? Let me tell you a funny story. I haven't told this one in a while. So remember I told you that at the time when I was going through my reawakening, I had a best friend living right next door to me, and she's the one that we would have the conversations about, is the car in the driveway or the car in the garage? You know that statement that we always laugh at? She made a really funny comment once when I told her that I was afraid to have a conversation about some feelings or about the relationship. And she said, okay, Kelly, has he seen you naked? Yeah. Okay, well then you have the right to have a conversation. If you're willing to be that vulnerable with somebody, to see all of you in your glory, believe me, you can have a conversation. Is it harder to date someone who is high functioning autistic? That's an interesting question. That's something for more time. But if you remind me of that, we can talk about that. We can talk about that. It's about being aware of what that means. When they're emotionally unavailable, it's a kind of obvious. It's obvious because they'll let you know. They'll tell you they don't have the capacity. They'll tell you they have healing to do. They'll tell you that they can't give. Thanks, Roseanne. I'll post this on YouTube. Don't worry. Hi, Jenny. I'm well, thank you. How are you? Thank you, Kathy. Thank you, Catherine. Kathy and Catherine, right above each other there. Yeah, it's a tough one. And I always talk about this scenario of, I once in my reawakening, and when I got sparked, this person stood here in my living room and looked at me right in the face and said, Kelly, I can't give. Nothing good can come of this situation. Kelly, why do you let me do this? And I didn't want to listen. And I didn't want to listen because I was trying to hold on too tightly for myself, you know? Nice to see you too, Ginny. When we should let go, when things are not changing and we're tired. But what if they say they are and they aren't? It doesn't matter what they say, they're showing what they are. If somebody's not consistent, somebody's dragging their feet, somebody is showing that they're not committed, then you have to be the one responsible. The problem is that none of these people are ever going to come to you, as I said earlier, and say, I'm going to stop breadcrumbing Kelly today. I'm going to stop pushing Kelly's boundaries today. I'm going to stop this, that, whatever. Never, ever, ever will they. Tell me if you've ever experienced that. They won't, because they've got you at arm's length. Because they feel validated with you there. That's my whole point. You're not a power bank, as I just said. They're coming in for that validation and for that pump of energy. And once they get that, they run because they don't know what to do with it. And where do they take it? Usually to another scenario where they feel good enough for that situation. And when their energy is drained, they come right back in again and again and again. So it's a pattern. And if you see the pattern happening enough times, it's up to you to get off the roller coaster. He said that he was in love, but at the same time not communicating consistently, and just let it go. Yes. Thanks, Melanie. I mean, look, people can love you. Like I said, you can love someone till the cows come home. You can love each other. Love doesn't make a relationship. And also, When you love somebody, and I mean really love somebody unconditionally, you let them go if they're not ready. The thing is that most of the time in that scenario, we're not ready to let go because we don't know what to do with ourselves either. You're doing the same thing. And that's the whole point, Shuggy. We're mirroring the people that are doing this to us. You know that, right? And forgive me for saying this because Catherine just said, yes, they do not feel good enough. But hold on. If they don't feel good enough for what you're giving and they're coming in and out and you're allowing it, you're feeling only good enough for that. Otherwise, you would make the boundary and you would go and find something better. Yeah, I'm not into blocking, Bashara. I'm not into blocking. And some people have to do that to protect their energy, and I understand it. That's why my $1 million question always is, what do you want your person to do? Well, I want them to communicate. I want them to be honest. I want them to make boundaries. I want them to make moves. I want them to be ambitious. Okay. If any of those things are true about your person, you need to do those exact same things. You need to communicate. You need to make some moves. You need to make some boundaries. You need to put yourself first. It's a mirror. It's a mirror. These people are showing you and highlighting all the things in ourselves that we need to do. When I was sparked, look, and I'm not tooting my own horn here. When I met the person who sparked me, you know what they were like? Kind, heart of gold, placated to family, super sweet, shy. I'm all those things. I was doing the exact same things. I was placating to family. I had no boundaries. I didn't have a voice. I didn't speak my truth. I kept myself masked that everything was okay when it wasn't, until I had a tower moment that shook me and rocked my world. And then I was sparked. And this person showed me all the things within me that needed to change. It didn't mean that we were going to be together necessarily. What it meant was it was showing me what I had to shift. And again, if you've seen my cake analogy video, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The universe comes in, dangles a carrot in front of your face and says, you like this? Eat it. And when you do, you love it. It tastes so good. Hi, Diane. It tastes so good. It makes you start to make moves and motivate you, and you start chasing your goals and your dreams. But then you start chasing the relationship. And as soon as you start chasing them, you flip the switch because you were in your feminine energy when you encountered them. You weren't even looking for it. They come riding in, pursuing you. And then all of a sudden you swap roles. You're chasing, they run, they can't give, and then you're stuck. And what the universe is doing is saying, oh yeah, you like this? Go get it. Now figure out how to go get it. Now you get up the cake. You put yourself first. Detach from that energy. And everybody always says, well, why can't we do this together? Thank you, Catherine. Why can't we do this together? Because you have your own set of traumas, triggers, and hurts, and so do they. Now, if that person was ambitious and really wanted to make moves, you've got a chance. But 99% of the time, that person doesn't know how to make those moves, isn't ambitious enough to do it as you are. Someone told you, I'm not in the same place you are. I swear I heard your voice saying, are you in the old or are you in the new? It was liberating to let it go. You're welcome. Kat, that's a very interesting story. I appreciate you sharing that. And how to detach yourself. To detach yourself, you have to spark new energy. Good night, Nick. Have a good night. Sending you lots of love. Detaching your energy means sparking new experiences. It means go do new things, go on adventures, new hobbies. What is your passion in life? What do you love to do that you stopped doing because life got in the way? Listen to new music, watch new shows, get out of your comfort zone, be around different people. If you keep doing the same old, you're going to continue to get the same old. There you go, Melanie. Love it. But anyways, it's advice, Garns, that I have learned from personal experience. I would never tell you something I don't know personally. I talk to thousands of people in this scenario every day. Imagine for a moment how many sessions I do a day in this exact conversation in a given week. This will be posted on YouTube, Alex. So Diane just said, I've decided that you need to love okay, I'm reading it from two perspectives. I've decided I need to love myself like I would have wanted someone else to love me. Exactly, Diane. You've got to love yourself the way in which you want someone to love you. You're welcome. I love what I do. I say it every day. I love what I do. If I can teach something or bring something to all of you, then I've done something. I'm happy because I want you to have it. Yeah, and Garns, you just said, I need to build up my confidence after years of being a people pleaser. How many of you have been a people pleaser your entire life? Hi, Lena. I was a people pleaser, nonstop. Thank you, Kathy. Nonstop. Please my students, please my friends, please my parents, please my partner, please my grandparents, everybody, coworkers, boss. How do we love ourselves like that, though? How do we know we're loving ourselves enough? A great question, Dana. So listen, loving yourself means boundaries. That's the one way to show yourself love. Take care of your body, what you put into your body, how you move your body, the energy you consume from other people, the stuff you're willing to accept and not willing to accept. If you're willing to accept somebody around you that's constantly negative and pulling you down or pulling you in different directions, that's not being good to oneself. Oh, thanks, Judy. Your ex said you were giving too much and you saw it as love. No, and that's the thing. Love, giving, doesn't mean that somebody's going to love you in return. And I love that you said love language. Let me just address that. Love languages are about how you like to receive love, and not how you give love. As a nurse, you've been prone to being the caregiver to others, but not to yourself. Exactly. Yeah, of course, definitely enough, Dana. Definitely enough. You know? Nice. Melanie just said, making homemade flatbread. Take care of what you ingest. Healthy to digest. Yes. Yeah, it was exhausting, Kathy. I mean, overgiving is exhausting. I don't know anybody that isn't exhausted from overgiving and placating to family and friends and work and all this stuff, you know? You love people who care about me and it's reciprocated. Exactly, Bliss. 100%. When you show yourself care and love, you get it in return. And let me share something let me share you a dating tip. I know we have to stick together for sure. Let me share a dating tip that I've learned from a man in my life. And that is, I've heard things such as, Kelly, go out and have fun. Don't worry about going out, enjoying yourself, or what time. Stay out, enjoy yourself. Your friend wants to meet with you, go meet with your friend. People will stop their lives for love. And I want to remind you of something, and this comes from when I'm reading The Alchemist. If you haven't read The Alchemist, I highly recommend it. In The Alchemist, when Santiago goes to the oasis and meets Fatima, and he contemplates staying there because he loves her. This is not a love story, but it's a short part of the book. Understand that men don't stop for love. Women do. When a man has goals and wants to provide and wants to give and wants to achieve things in career and finances and whatever, they don't stop their life. Women do. And I hate to make it about gender, but we do. We stop for love because we think this is our due. We're getting what we deserve. But when a man sees you living your life, having something of your own, valuing yourself, having boundaries, there comes a level of respect. Oh, there you go. Well, I'm happy that you're here watching now. When you put energy into yourself, others will want to as well. When you invest in yourself, they'll want a piece of that too. I'm calling you out, Shuggy. I send you lots of love. I really am. It's a struggle, Roxy, but you're getting so much better with that. You certainly are. You really are. Yeah, we can't pour from an empty cup. Yeah, otherwise you got nothing to give. And I mean, I haven't said this in a long time. I know it's triggering, but let me ask you a really important question. If you saw somebody and they had no confidence in themselves, how likely are you to be attracted to them? If you saw a potential partner and all they did was talk negatively about themselves, cut themselves down, say, oh, they're this, they're that, as in like about themselves, oh, I'm this, I'm that, I'm whatever, and they had no confidence, hi Sandra, and they had no confidence in themselves, how likely are you to say, sign me up for that? And it goes both ways. So when you look at somebody and you say, well, geez, they're not very confident in themselves, or they're not really, I don't like their negative self-talk, this, that, whatever. Think about that in your own perspective. Would you be attracted to that? So if you don't want to be in that energy, then you've got to be very aware of your self-talk. You came from a place of I can fix. But Amy J, a lot of the time, hi Wolf, a lot of the time we say I can fix because we're wanting to fix somebody else versus ourselves. We're afraid to fix ourselves because it's the what am I going to worry about when I have nothing to worry about vibe. It's one thing to ask for happiness, another thing to allow it. Some people just don't want to allow it. Some people don't want to let the happiness in. Some people don't want to allow the peace in because they don't know what that feels like. And it's scary and foreign to have something that could be real and good and wholesome because everybody somehow waits for the other shoe to drop and you have no way of knowing. Yeah, Garns, it is being recorded. I'll put it up on YouTube. A lot of people like to fix other people. They do. And the problem with that is that you can't fix another person. You have to fix within. And we've all been there. There's not one human being that doesn't experience this. I'm just speaking about it now to you from personal experience. This isn't me, saying do as I say, not as I do, or preaching something that I don't know. I have absolute receipts having gone through the worst of the worst of the worst in my life. And I would never want anybody to experience the low that I felt. I know that depression. I know how that feels. It is one of the worst feelings in the entire world to have the rug pulled out from underneath you. Thank you, Garns. I appreciate it. That's how you feel with your man. Your counselor's helping you work on that. I fear that the other shoe is going to drop. I get it. I talk to people about this all day, every day, Wolf. But the thing is, these are issues that are in your energy from long before this relationship. These are not things that start just because you met this person or you're in a relationship with this person. These are things that start in our childhood, in our upbringing, our early relationships, and how we handle those tower moments or those difficult situations. It's never about the person, and it goes both ways. The person you're dealing with is dealing with traumas and triggers and hurts that came long before you that they either have dealt with, not dealt with, put a Band-Aid over, whatever. Can we still find a balance to support them? No, Chuck. Chuck just said, once we realize we can't fix them, can we still find a balance to support them? You know why I'm asking. No. Oh, thank you, Catherine. You're so kind. It's so hard, Chuck. You cannot, because that's still trying to overgive. You can't support them. They're not willing to be supported. That's part of the problem. Look, if somebody was reciprocating and wanting that support, understand that that's equal giving and receiving. It's balance. Thank you, Catherine. It's not one-sided. Support goes both ways. And that's the desire to give, to be recognized, or to be validated. And it doesn't serve. And I know it's very hard to understand that. I've been there. You feel like you can heal yourself enough to be equal. How do you do it? You spark new energy, Squirrel. You put yourself out there. You do new things. You put yourself in situations to meet new people and have new experiences, because we have to spark new energy, new synapses in the brain. We can lead a horse to water but can't make it drink, Becca. Exactly. Can you remain friends with them? In my opinion, no. It's only going to hold you back. You know, this is a whole other topic, but again, dating questions galore. Let's talk about some of these things when we have the right time or set up. But maybe this is now for you guys to think about these things. Let me just briefly address that. Is it really friendship if you've crossed that line and there's romantic feelings there? It only holds you back as long as you maintain that energy. It's really never a friendship. That's something we tell ourselves to make ourselves feel better. And I've been there. I used to say that, oh, we're just friends. We're going to just be friends. And then the next time you see them, it's not friends. It's not friends. The mind goes into a completely different area, or the body. So no, it only holds you back. That's what I call perceived openness, because this is what happens. Somebody will say to me, oh, I'm open, Kelly. I'm open. I'm open. If somebody comes along, oh, I'll go on that date. Oh, I'll date them. If they commit to me, I'll be ready. No. That's perceived openness. The heart wants what it wants, and oftentimes it doesn't want to move on. It doesn't want to let go. As long as you are in the energy of talking, texting, emailing, socializing, working with that person, it's going to hold you back. Is there a reason why they can remain friends but the other person can't? Are they just trying to keep you near in case their plans? Sometimes that's called the breadcrumbing. And that also plays on your heartstrings. That's why. Yeah. It's okay. We don't have to pretend to be cool. Yeah. We have to respect that others have limits too. If you've made your intentions clear and they do not reciprocate, we have to respect their choice even if it hurts. Exactly, Kat. This is one of the things that I've personally thought about a lot in the last while. And I've said it many times. You're not going to be into everybody who's into you. Hi, Nancy. And you have to recognize that if people say no, you got to respect it. And one of the things that bothers me most is when somebody pushes my boundaries in regards to dating. If somebody expresses their feelings to me and I respectfully say, thank you, I'm flattered, but I'm not available. That needs to be respected. And when it's not respected, I go completely the other direction. Just think about that from the opposite coin, right? If you were being pressured, what would you do? You would go the other direction. You'd be like, I'm sorry. You had a major epiphany the other day and realized your anger was coming from injustice from your past, but that anger is still being triggered and it's coming out whenever I feel like something is unfair. Exactly. So those are old traumas, triggers, and hurts. If they told you they stand and you chose not to believe it. If they told you where they stand and you chose not to believe it. Exactly. A lot of the times we don't listen. That's my whole point. We don't listen. I told you, this person stood in my kitchen. Kelly, nothing good can come of the situation. Kelly, I can't give. Kelly, trust the process, Kelly. Deep breath, right? I didn't listen. And why? I didn't want to. They were telling me. And I don't think, and by the way, to clarify, I don't think anybody sits there and goes, ooh, I'm going to hurt you. Ooh, I'm going to breadcrumb you today. Nobody does that. It's a subconscious thing. So we get mad. The thing is that we get mad at the person because they do these things. But we also allow it. We also allow it. So, hi Chantel. We cannot, it's like fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, fool me 100 times, shame on me. Add de mon ami. So we're all guilty of this. Believe me when I tell you, myself included. I've been there, I've done that, and I've had to figure it out. And that's why I do what I do. Probable outcome. There's the Knight of Cups. They're learning situations, Cindy, exactly. Look how beautiful the Knight of Cups. We're doing a general collective reading, Chantel, and I'm going to post this on YouTube if it's something you'd like to watch later. If you'd like a personal reading, the link is in my bio. But the Knight of Cups is about offering a cup of love, you or them. Are you ready to receive this kind of love? That's the question. It's totally up to you. But in order to do that, you've got to be the fool. You can't even make this up. It's time to trust and take a leap of faith and see where it takes you. What choice do you have? And that's a very honest answer, Squirrel. A squirrel just said, I'm not prepared to receive. And that's okay. It's okay. It's important to be self-aware. If you're not ready to receive, then you have to start taking the steps, even small steps, slow, methodical, in order to find a way. You're ready, but I'm ready, but I'm not going out. Just don't feel it. Whenever you're ready, you'll just have to ask yourself, at what point is it too much? How many rounds do you want to go? So Demita, I understand. And like I said, I can help any of you with this. A lot of this requires conversation, to know the details, to understand where it's all coming from. Something that I do, if you've been in a session with me, you know, my brain, it maps it all out. I can map out the connection. I can map out the family members, the other people involved. It's not hard to, it's like a computer that goes boop, 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 boop. And then we figure out the steps. We're learning, Diane, exactly. And that's why we watch the lives, or that's why we talk about these things. Absolutely. So let's see what else. What else do we need to know? Probable outcome. Gray squirrel. So squirrel, there you go. Find new ways of solving problems. I just said it to you. What are the chances, squirrel lover? There you go. Find new ways of solving problems. That's what I said to you. I said, okay, when you're ready, find ways to be open and to make a move. Hi, Debbie. How are you? So, oh, you're sweet. I try to change lives. I've been changing mine for years now, and I try to help others. That's always my goal. So look at that. Find new ways. Okay, and one more from this deck here. I'm well, thank you. We've had some deep talks tonight, Debbie. I'm going to be posting this on YouTube. It's going to be a long one. Ladybird. Ladybugs, look at this. Accept happiness and good fortune. What did I say? It's one thing to allow it, another thing to, it's one thing to ask for it, another thing to allow it. This is telling you to accept it. I know the cards always align. I know. I always say this. I don't need cards to read the situation, but the cards will always back up that energy. Oh, Carla, I'm so sorry. I will post this to YouTube, Carla. You're blown away by all that we've talked about today. I know. Donna, it takes time to process. Yeah, we can do more on this. Absolutely. I mean, like I said, when I post this on YouTube, if you have questions, you have specific dating questions, or there's something that, you know, you want me to cover, whatever it is, put it in the comments. Leave that for me there so I can think it through. And so I can sort of plan what I want to do. But I've really come to the conclusion that maybe, you know, as much as like, look, tarot is lovely and I'm not going away from tarot. It's just that there's a lot of dating questions and I'm finding myself, I talk about dating all day, every day. So let's focus on some of those things to help us improve our dating life, to improve our relationships, our relationship with self. You know? So maybe we need to take a Power of Surrender card. Remember we did that the other day and it was so on point? It's one of the deepest talks you think we've had. It's in a long time. And people are open and asking because this is a safe environment in which you can do that. When I was in a classroom teaching my students. The one thing they always told me is that they felt like they could share or they could raise their hand without feeling judged, or that, you know, it was a stupid question. It's the same in here. We have the best online family. I will always say that. You're always supportive of each other, whether it's Instagram and TikTok together to each other on different platforms, you know? Well, I was separated back in 2017, Tracy. But I've been dating ever since, and I'm in the happiest place of my life right now. So, oh, you're amazed at how much I can multitask between TikTok and Instagram and tarot and stories. It's what I love to do. It's what I love to do. You know? There is so much support. You're all wonderful people, and that's why we come here together. This is about community and talking. I mean, look, we've spent, I don't know, how long has it been that I've been on here? Probably a couple hours. I do it because I love it. So let's see. What is the power of surrender card that we need to know? What do we need to surrender or surrender to for our last message here? Gosh, you know, I said this last time. I don't mean to be dramatic. Guess what the card is? Topic of the day. Topic of the day. It is surrender the habit of people pleasing. Speak your needs and be true to yourself. Focus on your own happiness instead of always trying to make everyone else happy. Bonjour, Jersey. This is more healing than a reading. You're welcome. This is what I do. That's what I do every day. Thank you, Katie Louise. I appreciate it. There's always hope, Tracy. Good, Melanie. I'm proud of you. Always proud of you. Surrender the habit of people pleasing. Let me just read this one last time to you. Speak your needs and be true to yourself. Focus on your own happiness instead of always trying to make everyone else happy. Okay? Okay. Beautiful. Do you, boo? Exactly, exactly. Thank you, Melanie. I appreciate it. But anyways, so let's decompress for a moment. Yeah, it's a judgment-free zone. Very healing. What are your plans for the rest of the night? Let's decompress for a moment. Thank you, Debbie. You're so kind. Because, I mean, it is 6:31 Ontario time. Oh, good, Demeet. I'm so glad. We are a family. Absolutely. Listen, through the good, the bad, the ugly. Listen, it's all going to be okay. Cuddle your pup. Sounds good. You're going to go to sleep, Eleni? I got kitty cats that want my attention, I'm sure. I got to put some stuff in the dishwasher. Sounds like fun. Oh, wait. What did you say? Today's Monday? Okay, tomorrow's garbage day. You know how I feel about garbage day. Swimming, then spending some time needed with your boyfriend. Wonderful, Dana. You're welcome, Kat. Thank you. Drink some rosé on their deck. Nice. Pretty woman with your daughter. Love it. You're welcome, Jose. Enjoy your night, too. Take your mind off things and start working on your 2025 calendar. Good stuff. Oh, time to go to bed in Paris. Yes. So much going on in Paris right now. My goodness. Must be so busy there. You're going to journal this evening? Good, good, good. You just took your garbage out. You know how I feel. I feel your pain, Diane. Yeah, tomorrow's garbage day. Tuesday's garbage day. Ugh. Hate it. Where I live, if you don't know, I can't just take it to the end of my driveway. It's got to go to the end of the street. Thank you, too. Painting ornaments. Oh, that sounds wonderful. You're welcome, Shuggy. You're welcome. Listen, you guys deserve the best of the best of the best. Aw, thanks, Becca. I love you all, too. I hope you guys have a wonderful night. It's late for you too, Becca. Your day's ending. I guess everybody is at a different spot in the world. See, look what I mean. Everybody's on a different timeline. Everybody's got a different time of the day, depending on where we live. Bye for now, Tia. Thank you. Oh, thanks, Trish. I appreciate it. And let me make a side note about this. You're going to rewatch it on YouTube? Okay, as soon as it downloads, it might take about an hour or two, but I'll get it up there tonight. I want to share one last thing before I go. I've had some people recently say to me that they're silent watchers, that they don't always know what to say, and that they want to contribute in some way. Let me put it to you this way. Listening is communicating. Even if you're a silent watcher, that's okay. As long as you're taking something from the energy or from the community, that's all that matters. There's never any pressure. Tamita, how to contact me personally? The link is in my bio. If you go right to the bio, or you go right to my website, kellylorraine111.com. I'd be happy to do a session with you. Oh, thank you so much, Dana. I appreciate all your love, your kindness, your support, and it means the world to me. So yeah, this will be up on YouTube as soon as it downloads. It just takes a little bit of a while, you know? So, thank you, Paula. I'm sending you lots of love for your court hearing today. You've got this, okay? Thank you, Melanie. I appreciate it. You're welcome, Tamita. You're welcome, Serge. Exactly, Nelson, exactly. Good night, Crystal. Thank you. Okay. You too, Debbie. I sent you a message back, so hopefully you got it, and we'll talk soon. Okay? Thank you, Chuck, for your kitty cats too. Appreciate it. Okay, everybody. I'm going to get going because this is going to be a super long live to download. But I wish you all a wonderful night, and we shall speak very soon. Okay? I'm going to say goodbye to IG first. Good night, Carrie. Thank you. Bye, Randler. Thank you. Good night, everybody. Bye, Bashara. Bonsoir. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Thanks, Jimmy. I appreciate it. Trish, have a wonderful night, and we'll talk very soon. Okay? Bye, guys. Night, Kathy. Bye, guys.